Welcome back, and we're still talking about functions. I'll just copy this out because I'll try to explain all of them. I'll copy this. Let's create a new file. We call this functions underscore 2.js. I'll paste what I have copied here. Let's create more room. We said that when we're writing functions, it has three parts mainly. We have looked at the code part where we write something or we input something into the program. What we're going to talk about now is this first part of the program, which is we talk about parameters or argument, whatever name we want to give to them. I'll give an example from this thing we've done here. What we did is that we copied or we got a name. Let John be this. We said welcome John, and then we created another one, welcome Mary. What we're going to do now is, instead of writing two functions that will manipulate both of them, we're going to use one of the functions. And I'll take this out and paste here. I create more room for myself. Instead of Mary, I'll give this a name. Let's call it, we call this greeting. I'll use small letter for this, greeting. And then I'll create name. We call this Mary, which is a string. What happens is this. We are going to pass in some parameters here. When we pass in some of these parameters, it could be one or two, but we start with one at first. Let's call this name. It can be different from this. Okay, I'll give this a different name so you don't get confused. Let's call this user. And then we're passing a parameter here, name. What we're going to do is this. I'll comment this out and I'll just welcome. I'll concatenate this plus name. What has happened is this is not really necessary for now, so I take that out. This is what we want. Let's greeting is this. We've declared something and we're passing a parameter here. What you should be mindful of is that whatever name or whatever parameter you're giving here should be the same with the one inside. Okay, let's run this. I will run this as greeting, which is the name, greeting, and then we are not going to leave this as this now because we want to pass a parameter. Let's call this Mary, which is a string. What is going to happen is this. As we've passed in this name from here, it's going to replace whatever we have here with the name. So we're going to have welcome Mary. Let's save that and see. Okay, I have saved this. If I run it, I come here. Let's clear this so we can get more room. Okay, node functions underscore 2.js, which is the name we use, welcome Mary. What we have done here is we've passed some parameters or some arguments. We've passed some parameters or some arguments from here. Now it is just a single parameter. That means we can call in another one. Let's call this Peter. And we call another one Samuel. Okay, if we run this, we get this printed 3 times with the different names we've passed in as parameters in the. So there is a wide range of things we can do with this. Let's create something else. We want to create a program that would find the square of a number. Let's call this square. Right? We're going to pass in some values here. You remember, to find the square of a number, it is just to multiply that number by itself. So what we're going to do here is, let the square of, we want to find the square of whatever number we put in the parentheses as the argument or parameter it should be called. So if we run this, square of 2, square of 5 or 4, square of 100. Let's save this and run. Okay, see what has happened there? We've gotten the square of 2, which is 4, of 4, which is 16, and 100, which is 10,000. So with this, we've just made a simple program that will find the square of a number. You can see this is limitless to what we can do with our functions. There are a lot of things, a wide range of things we can do with functions. Okay, this is how we can pass in parameters. Now we can also pass in more than one parameters. I'll take, for instance, this is the square. Let's take, for instance, we want to find the rectangle, the area of a rectangle. Let's try to divide this so we can see what we're doing. Okay, we want to find the area of a rectangle, and you know the area of a rectangle is length times breadth or width. That is the formula for finding the area of a rectangle. Let's create a program to perform this task. We call this, let area rectangle be equal to, let's use the other one. Both of them would work just fine. We are going to pass two parameters now, and when we want to pass two parameters, we separate them with the comma symbol, which is area length and then width, which is the second parameter we want to pass. Okay, let's console.log this. We are going to find the area by consoling.logging length times width. That means this is all we have to do. We pass in the two values in parentheses. When we want to print out, we separate them by using the comma symbol, and then we get our answer. So we want to find the area of a rectangle of length 5 cm and width 3 cm. That is all we have to do. If we print this out to the screen, we get it as 15, which is 5 times 3, 15. It's that simple using functions. Unlike the previous one where we would have written several codes for first one, we write another one for the second one. So we can do this. Area of a rectangle of 1000 of, I don't know the value I'm typing, but let's see, by 35. If we run this, you can see we've got 3,500,000 as the area of whatever we've checked here. So this is how we can pass parameter. Let us do something else, which is what I'll give you two challenges to do. The first one is, you are going to get the age and then the name of your friends, about 5 friends, and then you make a function, that would print hello Peter. If your friend's name is Peter, you are 20 years old. That is what I would want you to do. That is the challenge for this course. So take a while and do it. And when you're done, you play the video to see the solution. Okay, welcome back. I believe you attempted it and you got the correct answer. I'll call this friend. Remember, we want to get their age, so we're going to get two parameter, name and age. can space this for convenience sake, name and age using fat arrow function like I'll use, or if you had used the other one it will work just fine. Name and age console.log hello, you concatenate name, then we have a comma, you concatenate age, years old, full stop. Okay, and that is that. We are done. So let's get some friends. I have a friend called Jancy, a string. You have to take note of that. And then age 19. Let's run this and see what happens. You can see what we have here. Hello Jancy, you are 19 years old. I can also run another one. I have a friend called Manish. Let's give him some age, 21. We run this. I have another friend called Suresh. Let's give him some 25 years old. And I have another friend called Monica, spelled here Monicka. Monica. Let's say she's also 19 years. Okay, if we run this, we can see we have this printed. So that is the first challenge.